are the rail unions being selfish by disrupting people's Christmas plans in this way? Surely people should be able to get some respite and be allowed to enjoy Christmas in peace.
I don't think any strikers take any pleasure in people having disrupted holidays or cancelled operations. And strike action is always the last resort for workers. It's a gamble for them. There's no guarantee that they'll win. They lose pay. They're losing pay in the run up to Christmas as well. So I think we have to accept that they will only do this as a last resort, and they do it because they are facing a really horrific cost of living crisis. We've got CPI running around 11% now, which means that if you're getting a pay rise of less than that, you're taking a cut in your living standards. And it feels to me that it's wrong to expect workers to pay for the mess the country's in at the moment.
Sure, but I mean, we're all on less money because of inflation. We're all struggling right now. Lots of people out there, especially the people who are being brought in to fix this mess. The army are going to be having to work throughout Christmas, and they're on much less than the people who are striking and being offered much less than the people who are striking. Surely a compromise has to be met. If the government's offering an 8% increase, surely that's a decent sum of money to accept and get on with the job.
Well, I would say that if you look back to when we last had very high inflation rates in the 1970s, what happened then was that the disposable income of workers actually rose. And the reason that we could do that was because we could improve productivity across our industries. And that really is the solution to this problem. The solution isn't just for workers to take worse living standards. It's for us to find a way to really drive forward productivity and innovation and rebuild Britain. And that's the thing that we need to be concentrating on rather than blaming workers.
OK, but what does that mean, Hilary? First of all, you said this is the last resort. What are the other resorts? What are the other meetings or techniques that have taken place so far? What has gone on to get to this point of strikes over Christmas? Because I remember the union said we will strike in early December, but we won't strike over the Christmas period. And they seem to have gone back on their word. So I'd like to know what's happened to make that take place.
Well, I clearly don't speak for any of the individual trade unions involved, but I'm absolutely certain that they will have tried very hard to reach a negotiated settlement. They don't like their members losing pay, which is effectively what happens when workers go out on strike. It's not a kind of no-lose situation for them. That they're the first people who actually feel the crunch of going out on strike by having a lower pay packet. It's not. I think it's wrong to give the suggestion that they're doing this for just for purely political reasons. And let's not forget, these are not people striking in industries that work perfectly well. These are all failing industries. And workers are not just striking to improve their pay, which they're entitled to do, but to draw attention to the real ways in which those services are failing the users of those services.